Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading. I hope you're all doing amazing. Let's see what you need to know for this week ahead for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Let's see what you can expect over the next 7 days for Gemini. Next 7 days for Gemini, please. We have the Orphan as the first card out. This does talk about abandonment. So you could be leaving something very important behind, or you've been left behind. Could be a bit of a heavier energy that you're working with over this next week, and it is going to impact you on like a energetic, emotional, and spiritual level here. We have the shaman at the bottom. There feels like just like loss. Loss seems to be a theme here, and this could be related to the solar, just kidding, lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 28th. Desert underneath the queen. Like there's it's like you're drying something out, or there's something that it's just like shriveling up. It's like a plant that died. Like maybe your plant died. Maybe the heat where you live, maybe the heat has just like killed your plants. Or if you've been getting too much water, it just like your plant just died. Something that you've given a lot of energy to. It's not a waste. It's definitely not a waste of energy, but you may feel it at this moment, or you're kind of like, well, what was the point of all that? Why did I go through that? The Orphan, yikes. Maybe, let's see, we have the Crone and the Sustainer. There's some part of you that is convinced that if you continue to keep putting in energy that you could fix this or repair this, or maybe this is something like a desire to reconcile with somebody that you're not together with anymore. The Crone, this could be representing a lot of like spiritual energy, downloads, messages in your dreams, just like you're having some sort of sign that keeps reappearing in different places or in different ways, through music, through symbolism, through numbers, through specific things that you ask from spirit to like show you as like confirmation. And the Crone and the Sustainer, it's just you're trying to make something work, but it's kind of that saying, or well, I don't know if it's really a saying, but when you love something, like to let it go, or you will truly know. How do I put it? How am I putting it? This is like a very specific energy that we're picking up on for this collective. Sort of like this pause or this separation is going to show you whether or not you're better off without this in your life, or that your life was better with this in your life. But the Orphan, I mean, like, this is like lonely. It's an energy of like missing somebody, feeling abandoned, feeling discarded, like left behind. You tried, you've given so much, you were consistent, you tried to smooth over the bumps, but maybe the Crone is saying it's time to look at the bigger picture and like to follow your intuition. Is this worth it? Is this worth the energy that you've been dedicating yourself to, or is it time to maybe shed this snake skin? Spirit is saying to be open to new growth, right? We have this flower, be open to receive, your hand open, willing, ready to receive. If you're ready, there's something new that is taking shape. Feels just heavy. Aww. Okay, Gemini, let's see what the tarot has to say. But so far this week ahead, I could be connecting with somebody that's going, oh my god. Did you see how that flew out and this card just fell right into my hand? What is it? The Knave of Swords. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever had that happen in a reading before. We have a Queen of Wands. We have a Nine of Cups. New ideas, new visions, hopes, dreams, desires. The way that this queen, I'm not going to ignore the other cards, but The way this queen, she's looking over at the Nine of Cups, like she's got her eyes on the prize. She seems to have this new focus. There's something new that you're focusing your energy on. I'm noticing also how the Knave of Swords, he has this snake on his hand, which in the Orphan, there's that snake energy. So snake energy could be relevant for somebody. Knave of Swords. So this is like a new understanding, a new perspective, information that you've gotten through this, through the recent times, like within the last couple of days or so. You're just starting to let it digest, and there's something you're about to do or say, but for now you're keeping it to yourself. We look at this blade and all these lines are pointing at him. So I feel like there's certain truths that you have yet to express, but you're waiting for the right time, or you're waiting for more guidance or clarity. For me, clearly the next 7 days for Gemini. Okay. Wow, big stack. And I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, this is now where we are being brave, being courageous, and we're taking action, making moves, making things happen. Also, I noticed that in this card, third eye is highlighted here. On the the Knave of Swords, he's got this eye on his neck versus now middle of his head. So there's this shift in perspective. That looks like a sailboat on his hand. News could be coming in. You may be the deliverer of news. Let me see. Underneath this card, we have the Nine of Swords. So a lot of overthinking, planning, preparing, imagining. There's a lot that's on your mind, and there's like a lot of pressure to be perfect, or pressure to not mess up, or pressure to get it right the first time. Underneath the Nine of Swords, which you could be losing sleep, but let's see, underneath this we have the Knave of Wands. So this is another page, right? Knaves are pages in this deck. And so notice how we go from the Knight to a Knave. So we actually take a step back. So you're taking a step back, like there's new information, new perspective, conversation, new insight, new lens you're looking through. You've been processing this info, and your perspective is changing. You're getting ready to take action, and then all of a sudden you're like, hold the fuck up, wait a minute. I'm scared, or something's saying not right now, or something's saying hold the fuck up, look at the bigger picture. What is that? So now with the Knave of Wands, looking directly over at the Nine of Swords, where you're aware and you're observing of like these fears or doubts or restrictive beliefs, limitations, the worries. You're looking at it. Now the Knave of Wands, Page of Wands, he's pretty positive. Like he's the type of person to look at the glass half full rather than half empty. So this is perhaps you challenging these worries or these insecurities. This is where you could be, you're like, okay, something bad could happen, yeah, but what if something good happens? Like you're reasoning with these things. Underneath that, we have Six of Swords. Yeah, okay, so that's good, right? So from a Nine of Swords, where you're like scared, you are getting analyst paralysis, can't move, your thoughts are going 100 miles an hour, to let me analyze, let me shift my perspective. What good things could come out of this? What's the best that could happen? Instead of what's the worst that could happen, what's the best that could happen? And then Six of Swords. It's Eight of Wands. Okay. So you took a couple steps back, you realigned, you reevaluated the situation, you reevaluated yourself, and now it's slingshot forwards. So it's kind of like you pull back, and then you realign, then you let go and shoot your shot. Bullseye. You hit the target. So what exactly is your target? Fuck if I know. But yeah, it seems like a realignment, a little bit of an adjustment here. It's a sustainer, right? It's a sustainer. How can we mold? How can we smooth things over? Okay, trust the process. Trust the process. It looks ugly now, but just wait. This is just the base layer of this masterpiece that you are creating. Adding some depth, adding some texture, adding some shadows, okay? Trust the process. Trust the steps that you're taking. And Ace of Cups is also at the bottom, which is a card that says to like follow your heart, to follow what feels good. This is the energy of deep emotions, deep feelings, and love, like love and harmony. So getting back on track. Show me clearly the week ahead for Gemini. So far, all the elements is just fire and air, given wildfire energy. The next 7 days for Gemini. High Priestess, that fell out beneath the Six of Swords, and also Queen of Swords in the reverse with the Knave of Swords that fell out on top of him with the Knave of Cups. A lot of people energies in this reading, like knaves, knights, knaves, page, swords, queen, another knave, like, just saying, just something I'm noticing. I want to talk about the High Priestess first. This is Pisces. This could be connected to that lunar eclipse that's on Friday. So something could be illuminated. You may have this hunch, you may have this intuition or a vision that you have that you just can't seem to ignore. This is something you're being guided towards, as this is beneath the Six of Swords. So this is you following your intuitive GPS, your intuitive blueprint. You're literally putting logic aside, and that's Queen of Swords in the reverse on top of that Knave of Swords. You're kind of, I feel like this is the time to not overanalyze or be skeptical, because I don't know, that Queen of Swords in the reverse, she can be very uptight. She can be very judgy. She could be very stubborn and like not even strict, but it's like just cold for no reason or bitter for no reason. And this Page of Swords, Knave of Swords, I mean, maybe this is between you and someone that's older than you. It could be a feminine that you're dealing with. This could be between like a parent and a child. Six of Swords, High Priestess with the Knave of Cups. Y'all are not giving me an easy reading today. Knave of Cups, Eight of Swords, and then the Two of Coins. There's a fear of expression, there's a fear of vulnerability, and potential rejection with this Four of Cups. And so you're right now it's a coin toss. Jade, do you have a coin that you could toss, heads or tails, and that will help me make my decision? I don't have a coin. I should have one down here. That'd be fun. Heads or tails? Let's flip it. Leave it up to fate. No, like, it's in your hands. But there's Two of Coins. Like, this is all about doing what's fair, doing what is reasonable, responsible. Like, you kind of are juggling, or you could be on the fence here. Again, you're overanalyzing with this Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is where we are trapped. We feel trapped in our head. We're not literally trapped, but right now you're having trouble seeing options, but options are available with this Two of Cups. Why did I say cups? Two of Coins. We have the Knave of Cups. It's your emotions that are pulling you in different directions. Heartstrings being pulled. What way to go? Should you do this? Should you do that? Your heart, your mind, they're not really in sync at the moment. So that could be a bit frustrating. But deep down, you know already. You know deep down what you need to do. What's the next move? What's the next step? Something could be revealed to you in the next couple of days. It's just gonna, if you don't know what to do now, a couple days from now, you will have the information. Hey, look, Nine of Cups just coming out. This is all about your wish fulfillment. but it comes with a cost, the 5 of coins at the bottom. So this goes back to the orphan, something here that you could be losing or letting go or walking away from. And yes, like it feels painful, it feels lonely, it feels sad, it feels heavy, it feels dense, but this loss, whatever it is that you could be losing, if this is a job, if this is someone that you care about, if you're going through some kind of challenge here where it could have been unexpected, right? 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Moon. It could have been very unexpected. It could have been very shocking. It could have been very out of the blue, especially with the Moon and the Knight of Swords. This does feel like that lunar eclipse energy. Eclipses, man, shit can happen. I mean, shit can happen any day, anytime, any place. But it's definitely, I notice around eclipse season is when like some really quick change takes place, and it can be very abrupt. It can be very life shattering or dramatic. So I am kind of picking up on this for this collective. Pisces coming through again. I don't know, there could be something that you're pulling the plug on unexpectedly, like you just, something happens and you're like, okay, fuck no, this is not for me. I have to like walk away. I have to cut ties. I have to, this is not in alignment with what it is that I want or desire in my life. 9 of Cups. So I have no other choice but to sever the ties. I see like something around a wish fulfillment though, like you getting what you want and more. So you're maybe losing something, but that's creating space and something that will be better than whatever that you're leaving behind. There's like, I don't even want to call it a replacement, but I don't want to even call it that. But you have to be adaptable. You have to, well, you don't have to, but like, you don't have to, but that Knight of Swords, you kind of have to be swift about this. King of Wands and the Knight 8 of Coins. So I see you working hard. I see you productive. I see you remaining in a confident energy despite whatever shakeups, losses, changes, endings that could be taking place. This King of Wands is really where you are saying, you know what, fuck it. Like, I always come out on the top. I always come out better than before. Even my lowest moments, I rise up, Phoenix rising, and I bounce back. The King of Wands is someone who is bold, they're courageous, they're strong, strong-willed, they don't give up easy, they are, I don't want to say like used to challenges, but they're able to problem solve and adapt and come up with solutions like on the spot. Very witty, very quick, and just very smart and intelligent. This could also represent someone who is very good in business or even like sales, or someone that is very charismatic. And I don't know, I'm getting easily agreeable with. Like, I don't know why that's coming through, but like, you need people to back you up. I feel like you have the charismatic energy, very charming, to get people to get behind you. You don't have to do this alone. 8 of Coins, you have some sort of plan or light bulb idea. 8 of Coins, 8 of Cups, 8, and the 10 of Cups. Leaving behind what's familiar, leaving behind your comfort zone in order to grow, in order to expand. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. There's more out there for you. And I think you know that. And this lunar eclipse taking place could be illuminating that, or showing you whatever that has been holding you back, or whatever that you need to walk away from. It's either you walk away from this or you put in more energy. It's either one or the other, but you have to make up your mind. And the 2 of Pentacles we saw from earlier with the 8 of Swords and the Knave of Cups, it's like a lot of emotions being brought up, maybe unclear of what's the right move, what's the right choice, what's the right direction, how to handle this the best, most responsible way. So you're gonna have to choose. Do you continue to keep putting in more energy? Maybe you come with another plan, okay? Plan A, that didn't work, plan B, whatever, right? Follow those light bulb ideas. But if you're getting the vision, like, hey, I need to like leave behind, I need to, maybe some of you could be leaving on a business to start a new business. Maybe your business, your work is very toxic or unstable in some way. Maybe there's a lot of shady shit going on, and so you, maybe a few people that you work with, you guys are like, yo, let's team up, let's launch a new business. Like, whether maybe it's not now, maybe it's talks about it, right? It's all maybe just talks and visions and discussions and ideas just being thrown around, but perhaps by the end of this year you guys might just start fresh or start over. I don't know who the fuck that's for. 8 of Cups and the 8 of Coins could be just suggesting it's time to move on to something better. And when you leave behind the familiar and leave behind the unknown, what you're walking into is something you really align with on a mental level, on a emotional level, and even like tangible, like when it comes to your money, when it comes to your resources and stability and just overall well-being. This seems like this is the right choice, the right call, the right decision. So yeah, I mean, do we need to clarify anything? I kind of don't feel like it. I know it's like 20 minutes. You're like, Jay, no. But like, it just feels that this group today, whoever this message is for, or these messages are for, you have a choice to make. You either call it quits now, or you put more time, energy into this, but you have to shift your approach or like handle it differently. But for those that are choosing to walk away, something much better on the horizon. If you choose to continue putting energy into this, let's see, continue to keep putting energy into this. Is this something that can, let's look into the sustainer. Is this something that can be improved over time and with some tweaks and adjustments? Let me see. For those that want to stay and make repairs, is this possible? Right here, right now. Current timelines, sustainer. Those that choose to stay put and give it another chance. 10 of Swords. Judgment. Y'all know I don't lie, I don't bullshit. I'm not gonna be like, yes, oh my gosh, you guys, second chance, 10 of Swords. Like, fucking no. Like, dude, 10 of Swords and the sustainer, it's not worth it. It's probably, you're just delaying the inevitable. And that may not be what you want to hear. And you could say, fuck the cards. You have your own free will. It's your life. You don't have to give your power away, the fuck. But we're just reading current energy. Timelines can change. Tomorrow could change. Tomorrow, a whole lot of things could happen. So, but honestly, like, you gotta use your judgment. You need to use your brain. You need to use your analytical skills here. Look at the past. Look at the facts. Look at the patterns. Use your discernment. Use your freaking discernment. The Star and the 4 of Wands. Yeah, and then we have the 3 of Swords underneath that. Because the Star brings in like hope and dreams and optimism and healing and forgiveness and second chances and alignment, right? And even the 4 of Wands bringing in like stability, bringing in partnership, bringing in unity. But then a 3 of Swords underneath that, which is bringing in more pain and hurt and suffering and triggers and yeah, just, and it's something that Ace of Coins would have lasting impacts on you, on emotionally. 3 of Swords and Ace of Pentacles is something that leaves a scar. Hopefully not a physical scar, but like it will have a deep impact, even much more than it already has, if you continue to try and... That's just crazy. I'm shocked that came through, but that's what came through. So, yeah. I want to leave on a high note. I don't want to be like, all right, see ya, bye. Like, let me look into this 9 of Cups, and then I'll let you go. 9 of Cups for Gemini. This week ahead. 9 of Cups. Emperor. It's not completely upright. He's not reversed. He's in the middle. Strength. Okay. So this is just kind of like testing your patience, pushing your barriers, pushing your boundaries a little bit. I don't know why the fuck that makes me think of, like, if you use Spotify and there's like DJ X, he's like, I'm gonna play songs to push your boundaries a little bit. I don't know why it made me think of that. But Emperor sideways. It's like you're on the come up, you're on the upswing. It's just a few little tweaks and adjustments. Maybe this is something that you need some help or support. Maybe this is something you can't do on your own. We have a 3 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. It's like, share a problem, and problem is halved. It makes it more easier to deal with rather than you carrying all those 10 of Wands yourself. Strength and the Queen of Wands, you have what it takes to overcome. This is all about creating opportunity, and there's some pressure, right? But pressure creates a diamond, and that's sort of what is taking place. A lot of work, a lot of strategic planning, discipline, consistency, and it is draining. That 10 of Wands is quite draining. So maybe there's a way you could ease some of that pressure, or yeah, I don't know. I'm getting the image in my mind's eye of like someone taking the air out of the tire just a little bit, because otherwise the tire's gonna pop. That's like you're the tire. Ease, take a little bit of that air out, otherwise you're gonna pop. You're gonna explode. Like, holy fuck. Yeah. This is testing your patience just a little bit. But the Emperor, the one thing about the Emperor, he is made for victory and success. That is what he's known for. So whatever it is that you got going on, you are capable, you are deserving, you're hardworking, and you get your desire. Despite all the ruckus, despite all this craziness and these endings or shifts taking place, you're gonna come out on the other side of this much happier than you are right now. Hey, okay, all right, okay. So keep your head high. Be open to the opportunity. There's new growth, new life, new vibes. Let them. If someone wants to walk away, let them. Don't go running after them, chasing them, begging them to stay. Fuck no. Go inwards, return to yourself, come back home, and focus on what's within your control. Okay, I gotta go. Heavy. I love you. Private readings are available down below if you're interested. And yeah, let me know how it resonates. Happy, or maybe not so happy, eclipse. I'm going to say happy eclipse. Happy eclipse season. Like, this is a time of alignment. So whatever that's falling apart or leaving your life, it's because you've outgrown it. It's just not part of the story. Not right now, at least. Maybe down the line, but in a better way. Right here, right now, this is necessary. Part of a bigger picture. You may not understand it. You might disagree with it. You might fucking hate it. But I promise, at the end of all this, you're going to be so much happier. Promise. If you're not happy yet, it's because it's not the end. You'll get your happy ending. All right. Take care. Bye, Gemini.